Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to do another episode of Junji Ito's Creepy Tales, and this one comes from the book Shiver that I have. This is a hardcover with shorter stories, and I believe I got all the hardcovers, right? Yeah, I believe so. I believe I have almost everything from Junji Ito's. I got also a couple of books in the pre-order. There's new stuff coming out. And so today we're going to take a look at a story that I really like. Also, a buddy of mine asked me to review this. This is going to be Hanging Blimp. So this this is a fun one. So okay, let's dive in. Junji Ito art is really captivating to me anyway. So we start with this girl, right? And she's terrified. She says, if this is a dream, I wish I wake up already. I'm out of food. I've been locked in this house for a week now. So, and then there's a voice outside and it says, hey, Karuko, stop being like this and open the window already. Come on, you're hungry, right? You'll die if you don't come out and eat something. No way, I'm not falling for that. I definitely I definitely die if I go outside. Come on, serious, Nezuko? This is just terrifying. That's definitely my voice. My own voice is calling me from the outside. This window. Outside this window on the second floor. So I thought to myself, okay, what's going on? So we have a flashback, and it seems that month and a half ago, a girl hanged herself here, right? And it seems that she was a TV personality, I guess, an idol, and all these fans are, having a meltdown because of her death, and according to there's news coming, they're reporting on it. There was no note, but according to her parents, she has been struggling with her work in the entertainment industry, and yeah, that's actually in real life too, right? I mean, idols have they are basically being exploited mostly. Do not know all the details, so don't quote me on that, but I heard, numerous rumors and things that happen there in Japan with idols. It's not always fun stuff. Anyway, so she says that I can't believe Tsurumi is committing suicide. Well, Tsurumi was a singer and a TV personality. She was also my classmate and my best friend. So, they're having a funeral and all these fans are crying, right? And then I believe, classmates, walking, talk about the incident, right? And she can't believe that this happened. So, and then she sees this boy, right? And hey, look, Kazuko, it's what is it? Shirashi. He looks so sad. It really was a shock. And then we see this guy surrounding Shirashi, and he said, hey, who are you? We're members of the Terumi fan club. You're Shirashi, right? Yeah, that's me. It is, huh? We want to ask you about something. We heard you were Terumi's Felino's boyfriend. Boyfriend? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb here. We checked you out pretty carefully. You were her boyfriend, and you've been dating since before her debut. You were totally against her debut, so just complaining about her show business work. In other words, you're the reason she was having problems. He says, what are you trying to say? You nitwit, you drove her to a suicide. That's right. So they want to beat her and beat him up. But the girl says, hey, stop what you're doing and get out of here, or we're calling the cops. And they say, well, this is not over, right? So this girl says, hey, Shirashi, are you okay? But he's really depressed. And he says, well, maybe I'm guilty of that. And so the girl says, no, that's not true. Tsurumi wasn't that sort of person to kill herself over stuff like that. You can't think like that. But, he's breaking down. So she's going home, and the mother says, hey, Kazuka, you're back. And then she's doing this, right? Have to sprinkle some salt too. So it says here on the bottom, salt is sprinkled in entryway after returning home from a funeral so that the spirits doesn't follow you inside. Isn't that cool? Isn't that really cool that we, learn about something like that? I didn't know. But then, more people are hanging themselves, because there's a lot of copycat suicides, and also these fan clubs are disappearing in groups, and there's some kind of a sighting in this forest, or this woods, in this park. And so the interviewer was asking these guys, hey, what did you witness? So they say there was something hanging in the sky, and was the face of that idol, right? And she said, but also disappearing. So, and then there's some mass hysteria going on, and people are fainting because of the thought of, ghosts and all that stuff. And also interviewing some kind of a, I don't know, doctor, I guess, and he says, well, it's all because of mentally unstable people, and they are, due to the grief and the loss of the singer, they're seeing some mass hallucination, right? So it's all fake, fake news, everybody. But then a photo was taken by a witness, was released, and we all shuddered at the dreadfully strange vision. So the news reports are also in the talk shows, and they are talking about that. So the face floating up in the night sky was definitely Terumi's, but the expression on it was exactly what you would expect to see on a dead person. And there was an unusual zigzag pattern on her neck. It did give us the impression that her head has been ripped from her torso. So, and then of course, the rumors are going into, classes and media, and they think it's all fake, and people couldn't believe it, and some of them are really scared because, ghosts, right? So the girl comes, and seeing Shirashi, or probably butchered that. She says, this turned into a real big deal, huh? Everyone's saying things about even thinking. You don't believe it, do you, Shirashi? I mean, ghosts. No, I believe it. All of it. I've seen it with my own eyes. So he says that, it was at one point in his garden, and it basically called, quote unquote, to him, and he was barely resisting the temptation to go there. And she says, well, Shirashi, you're just tired. So you don't believe me? You think I'm lying to you? No. And he says then, it's just mean the mind's tired. Fine, if you go and say stuff like that, then you can just come to my house and see it yourself. And then she just walks away angry, and she goes to her house. Now, I like this particular scene, right? Because her brother comes and says, hey, there's someone on the telephone, right? And so she goes down, and we see that people are actually using old school telephones instead of, these things, right? And so I like that, normal people wearing normal clothes in a normal house, stuttering and having fun and hanging out with each other. Well, not fun in this particular scene, but you know what I mean. And, old school stuff, I just like that. It's nice to see. Instead of all this modern stuff that we see in comics and other media. So, she says, hello, Shirashi? Good evening. What? I'm calling from the payphone in front of the, what does he say? Ashoti temple? I'm sorry. Can you come right now? It's Terumi. She appeared, moving slowly north. If you come now, you should be able to see her too. So she's sneaking out of the house. And I can't believe I'm really doing this. But I mean, a ghost for real? And then she says, hey, is this a prank because nobody's here? And then she looks up in the sky, and we see the face of the idol, right? Terumi. At the time, I feel like it was a little different than I imagined. Ghosts. There was a sense of reality to it. Like I could touch it if I reached out my hand. So yeah, this is really creepy. And then we see Shirashi, and he's on the tree, and he says, Terumi, don't look at me like that. Please forgive me. And then, I don't know, there's a rope hanging, and he just leans forward, and he's he's been caught. He's dead. He's dead. And she says, I have to hurry and get help or he die. And then we see this, a giant balloon head with Shirashi's face. And she's sweating and doesn't know what she's seeing. What is that? An enormous face appeared. The cable dangling from the head was hanging Shirashi. An enormous face was Shirashi's. The scene that unfolded after that was simply too strange. Shirashi's body danced like a marionette beneath the two faces, kissing passionately. And she's screaming. So she goes to the police and she explains everything, right? And because all what she saw with the ghost and the balloons and all that stuff. And then the police comes and, yeah, it's gone. It was floating up before. I'm sure it's just flown off somewhere. And so the police says, look, I don't understand what you were talking about. Maybe it just had a bad dream. In the end, the police didn't believe me. So she tells that to her roommates, and they think it's a weird story, but they don't know what they are thinking. So I think the cable Terumi was hanging from was originally hanging from that ghost's neck. It got caught on the telephone wire and ripped it off, so it just looked like a simple suicide. And that face that everyone all worked out about, the ghost is floating around somewhere right now. So is Shirashi's face. Shirashi's dead body is still dangling from him, flying somewhere. And then they see something in the sky. And it says, hey, what is that? Are there some balloons, some blimps? And maybe do some advertising? What's going on, right? And but she says, hey, look closer. They have ropes hanging from them, right? And those are human faces, and they come closer and closer. And those are our faces. So yeah, these two girls are being picked up by these ropes, and they are dead. And so the girls are fleeing into this passageway, and then these balloons are trying to get them, I guess. Kazuka, what exactly are those? They have our faces. They're trying to hang us to death. She says, how should I know? But right now, they hang Taku and Miyuki. Why are they hanging us? We didn't do anything wrong. So then one of the balloons tried to get this girls, and she says, help, someone. And then she said, hey, what's going on, says this guy. And she says, those. I says, monsters. Okay, hang on. I take care of them. So he gets a crossbow, and he shoots a crossbow in the face of this balloon, right? And I think, okay, that's a good idea. But then, well, the balloon is inflating, and it happens to the girl too. Sorry, this is so crazy. I still read it a moment ago. It's still funny. I don't remember what happened after that. Before I knew it, I was in front of my house. And so a lot of balloons are here. So she's going in, and she sees her face too, right? And she says, no. And then the news are reporting that is, what's going on. Only I myself have confirmed my own face outside the window. It believed to be after my neck, even as I speak, circling the TV station. So they say, hey, just, stay at home. Don't go outside. Now, everyone in the country, it's vital that you do not injure or set fire to the mysterious flying objects. If they are torn or burned, the same fate will befall the owner of the face. All right. And they don't know what to do and where they came from. And he says, so the brother says, what is happening? I mean, come on. So the father says, oh, at any rate, I'm going to the office. I have some work to take care of. It has to be done today. What? Are you crazy? So the girl says, Dad, you can go. It's too dangerous to go outside. It'll be fine, Kazuko. I have to not get caught between leaving the house and jumping in a car. It'll be fine. Just watch. All right, I'm off. I'll be home at 6. Make sure the bath's ready. So he goes outside, and then he's getting snatched anyway, but that not with his, on his neck, but on his torso. So yeah. Sorry, the resolution skips here and there. So the brother says, damn it, you monsters. And then, they are panicking because they are running out of food. And, and then the brother says, I need to get us some food. And she says, no, don't be foolish, please. And he shoves her away. If I don't go, who's going to provide for us? This sort of thing has to be done while we still have the strength for it. So he says, don't worry, it'll be fine. So he goes outside, he has an umbrella, and he throws the umbrella at his own face. The umbrella flops open, and he escapes, right? So, Okay, cool. And but then countless hanging blimps float through the sky now, the numbered with dead bodies hanging from increased with each passing day. My brother hasn't come back. Has he already been hanged, or is he safe somewhere? 3 days ago, my mother's fears won out, and she became a hanging sacrifice. I'm all alone. Come on, Kazuko, open up. So we are now at the present day, right? The weather's nice and brisk outside, you know? Seriously, Kazuko. I mean, come on. Who are you to be stubborn? Even now. So she says, I'm losing my mind. Someone help me. And then he hears the voice. Hey, sis. Sis, are you there? Hey, sis, are you there? Hurry up and open her up already. I brought food. If you don't hurry, my face will come flying over. I just barely escaped it so far. Yasuke, are you okay? Yeah, sorry it took so long. Is mom okay? Anyway, I opened the window first. So she's opening up and, oh no, he's dead. And he has this umbrella, punctured right through him. And this balloon says, hey sis, thanks for opening the window. And now she's dead too. That's the end of the book. Oh, this is so great. I'm having a fantastic time with with Junji Ito's work. So yeah, and these are pretty cheap too. I believe I paid, what's this? Well, this is 30, UK. Let's say I paid, it's okay. It's $23, but I get it cheaper. Maybe it's in discount or somewhere. It's definitely worth a buy in my opinion. You got a lot of pages. It's about, I don't know, more than 300. It's almost 400